They were imagined turning a quick snapshot into something really amazing.
Or what about like rescuing a blurry photo with just one click?
It's like magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what AI is doing for photography these days.
Yeah.
It's kind of changing everything.
It is.
So today we are going to dive deep into how AI is changing photography.
Yeah.
From those cool smart cameras to editing tools.
It's like cheating almost.
Yeah, but in a good way, of course.
Or in a good way.
One thing that really stood out to me is how AI is like getting rid of all that boring stuff that photographers don't actually like to do. All the organizing, the tagging.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those days? Sifting through thousands of photos, trying to remember what's what.
Oh, absolutely.
And it was a nightmare.
It was like a whole other job.
And AI is taking care of all that.
It really is.
But it's not just, mindless sorting.
No,
AI is getting smarter.
Yeah.
For example, have you heard of Capture Life AI?
I have.
So it analyzes your photos.
Yeah.
Figures out what's in them.
Yeah.
And it even learns your tagging habits.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's like it knows you.
Yeah. And it saves so much time. For me, it's those everyday things, the stuff that makes life easier for a photographer.
For sure.
That's really what's changing the game right now.
Right.
Those little details.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's pretty magical to see what these programs can do.
Yeah.
Even with something as basic as noise reduction.
Right.
Tools like Topaz Denoise AI.
Oh, yeah.
They can salvage grainy shots
Uh-huh.
that I would have just thrown away before.
Yeah.
Totally. It's like giving those photos a second chance.
Yeah.
Bringing back details you didn't even know were there.
And it's amazing the amount of control you have with something like Topaz Denoise AI.
Yeah.
It's not just like a one-size-fits-all, but they have different AI models in there for different types of noise.
Yeah, I've played around with it a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was blown away
It's pretty cool
by how much control I have.
It is.
It's not just like, here, we fixed it for you.
Yeah.
It actually knows what it's doing.
Yeah, it's smart.
And that brings us to the cameras themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Because those AI-powered cameras that are hitting the market, they're changing how we even take pictures.
Yeah.
It's almost like having an expert standing next to you, giving you tips.
It really is.
Whispering in your ear,
No, I remember when facial recognition and eye detection first came out in camera.
I know, it was amazing.
Such a game changer.
Especially for fast-moving subjects.
Oh, yeah.
Or those unpredictable moments.
For sure.
All of a sudden, you had a much higher chance of getting that perfectly sharp, focused shot.
Exactly.
It's almost like the camera knew what you wanted to capture. And it adjusted accordingly.
Yeah.
Even in those tricky lighting situations.
Yeah.
Where you usually have to fiddle with all the settings. AI is taking over that too. Optimizing everything.
It's pretty amazing.
Making it easier to get a great shot.
It's like it's doing the hard work for you.
Yeah, it's really empowering.
It is.
It's taking away those technical limitations.
Yeah.
So you can actually focus on your creative vision.
Right, exactly.
All many possibilities.
But
where does this leave photographers who might be a little nervous about all this?
Yeah.
About AI taking over.
You'll hear that.
Is there still room for human artistry and skill?
Right.
In all of this?
That's what everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
And it's a big question.
Yeah.
You have to remember that AI is a tool.
Yeah.
And like any tool, it's only as good as the person who's using it.
We've seen amazing advancements.
You have.
In AI power editing and the way we shoot.
But
that human element.
Yeah.
It's still essential.
Absolutely.
It is the photographer's eye.
Yeah.
Their ability to tell a story, to compose a shot, to capture emotion.
Right.
That's what makes a photograph.
Right.
And AI can't replicate that.
It can. No, it can assist.
Yeah.
It can enhance.
Yeah.
It can even inspire.
Yeah.
But it can't replace that heart and soul that a photographer brings.
Yeah, and to be honest, a big part of the joy of photography is the process itself. Has the experimentation, the learning, the happy accidents.
All of it.
That's what makes it fun.
Right.
And AI can be a partner.
For sure.
On that journey.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be the one driving.
No, you have to drive.
Yeah, we're still in control.
It's
about finding that balance.
Yeah,
sweet spot. Where human creativity and AI innovation hum together.
It's a beautiful thing.
And create something truly special.
It really is. It's not just about, the technical side of things.
Right.
AI is also changing how we think about photography's role in like storytelling. Yeah. And how it impacts the world around us.
I was just reading about this project where AI was used to document the stories of Cuban refugees.
Oh, wow.
And what really struck me was how AI made it possible to share these sensitive experiences.
Right.
But in a way that really prioritize the safety and trust of the people involved.
Yeah, that's so important. It is, especially with something like that.
It really got me thinking about how AI can be used to give a voice to those who might not otherwise be heard or seen.
Exactly.
It's like pushing the boundaries of what we think of as documentary photography.
It is. It's changing everything.
Yeah, and it reminds us that photography isn't just about taking pretty pictures.
Right.
It's about sharing stories, connecting with people,
Mhm.
making sense of the world.
It really is.
And AI is becoming a really powerful tool in that process
For sure.
as we look to the future.
Yeah.
I think we're just scratching the surface of what AI can do in photography.
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine tools that are so personalized
I know, right?
that they learned your style, your preferences.
Like it knows you better than you know yourself.
Yeah, your artistic
Good
vision.
as having a creative partner.
Yes.
It gets you.
Who understands exactly what you're trying to achieve.
Mhm.
That's exciting.
Isn't it?
And with how fast AI is developing,
Those
personalized tools,
Yeah.
they could be here sooner than we think.
And
And then real-time AI enhancements could become like the norm.
oh, for sure.
Allowing us to see the potential of an image before we even press the shutter button.
It's what
It's mind-boggling.
it is.
But with all this excitement about AI,
Yeah.
we have to acknowledge that there are some challenges.
Of course, there always are.
It's important to approach these advancements thoughtfully.
Yeah,
You make sure AI aligns with our values as photographers.
absolutely.
One thing that comes to mind is control.
Right.
Like as AI gets more sophisticated,
Yeah.
how do we keep our creative autonomy?
But
How do we make sure our vision shines through?
that's the balance, isn't it?
It is. It's a balancing act.
It is.
We don't want to become so reliant on AI
No,
that it starts dictating our creative choices.
you still got to be the artist,
Exactly.
photographer.
Yeah, AI should be a springboard
Yeah.
for our ideas,
Right.
not the whole creative process.
That's the whole thing.
We still need to shape the story,
Right.
make the decisions,
Yeah.
infuse our work with our unique perspective.
The human touch.
And as AI-generated images become more common,
Right.
we need to have a conversation about transparency
For sure.
and authenticity.
Yeah.
Photographers need to be upfront about how they're using AI.
Especially when it's not clear what's real and what's AI.
Yeah, especially when it comes to images that blur the line between reality and imagination.
Getting harder and harder to tell.
It is.
So transparency is key.
Absolutely. It's about honesty.
Mhm.
It's about being ethical.
Yeah,
and responsible.
And beyond that, there's the question of accessibility.
Oh, that's a good point.
As AI tools get more powerful, more sophisticated,
Yeah.
how do we make sure that they're available to everyone,
Right.
Not just those who can afford the latest and greatest.
That's crucial.
It is.
We don't want AI to create a divide in the photography community.
Right. Exactly.
Where some people have access to all these amazing tools and others are left behind.
We need to make sure AI empowers all photographers.
Yes,
No matter their level.
And speaking of empowering photographers, we can't forget about the business side of things.
Oh, right.
AI is changing how photographers manage their workflows.
Yeah.
How they market themselves, how they connect with clients.
There are platforms now using AI to automate stuff like content creation.
I know, it's amazing.
Image sharing.
Yes.
Social media management.
It's like having a whole team working behind the scenes.
It is.
So you can focus on shooting and creating.
And for photographers who are always on the go, AI is making it so much easier to share their work with the world, or cloud-based storage, AI-powered editing tools.
It's amazing.
You can edit, organize, share from anywhere.
As long as you have internet.
There's this software called Upscale.media that blew my mind. It uses AI to make low-resolution pictures bigger without losing any of the details. Think about all those old, blurry photos you might have. They didn't have a whole new life.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. So it seems like AI is making editing faster, easier, and even able to rescue those hopeless pictures. Is there anything AI can't do when it comes to editing?
Well, AI is super powerful, no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, it's still a tool that needs a human touch. When it comes to stuff like color grading or really creative edits, you still need a photographer's vision and artistic sense.
That makes sense. It's like AI can take care of the technical stuff, but it's still the photographer who decides the final look and feel of the image.
Exactly. And this whole collaboration between humans and AI is actually pushing the boundaries of photography. We're seeing tools now that let you blend images seamlessly, apply artistic filters, or even create whole new pictures just from text prompts. Things like Midjourney or DALL-E, have you heard of those? Wait,
Wait, so you're telling me I could type in something like a dreamy landscape with floating islands, and AI could make a realistic image based on that?
you got it. Beef AI image generators are still being developed, but the potential is incredible. Imagine being able to visualize anything, no matter how crazy it is, and turn it into a picture.
This is starting to feel like science fiction. But I guess with any powerful technology, there's some things we need to think about, right?
You're absolutely right. The more AI becomes a part of photography, the more we need to consider the possibilities and also the challenges that come with it. It brings up a big question. How do we use AI in photography in a way that's responsible and ethical?
Yeah, it feels like we're just scratching the surface of what AI can do with photography.
Yeah,
Yeah, and already it's making us ask some big questions.
the exact way. That's what happens with any really groundbreaking technology, right? It makes us rethink everything we thought we knew, and photography is no different.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Like with those AI image generators you mentioned, where's the line between enhancing reality and just creating something totally fake? Does using AI make a photo less authentic?
That's a question a lot of photographers are struggling with, and there's no simple answer. I mean, on the one hand, photography has always involved some level of manipulation, right? Whether it's darkroom techniques or digital editing.
That's true. I guess even choosing the right angle or the lighting can change how a scene looks. But with AI, it feels different, like we're entering a whole new world where almost anything is possible.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to talk about what authenticity even means in the age of AI photography. Is it about capturing reality exactly as it is, or is it more about conveying an emotion, a story, a perspective?
It seems like the definition of authenticity is changing right along with the technology. Yeah,
Yeah.
and as these tools become more common, it's going to get harder and harder to tell the difference between a photo that's been edited with AI and one that hasn't.
Which brings up another important point, transparency. If a photographer is using AI to change a photo a lot, should they have to say so? Especially in things like photojournalism or documentaries, where the truth of the image is so important.
I see what you mean. Imagine seeing a powerful photo from a news event and then finding out that parts of it were created by AI. It would daily make you question the whole image.
Exactly. So, as viewers, we need to be more careful about the images we see and understand that not everything is necessarily real. And for photographers, it's about being aware how their work affects people and using these powerful tools responsibly.
This all leads to a bigger question, I think, about the future of photography itself. Will AI completely change what it means to be a photographer?
It could definitely happen. Some people think that AI will actually make human skills and artistry in photography even more important. Imagine a future where photographers are valued more for their unique vision, their ability to connect with people, and their mastery of composition and lighting, rather than just their technical skills.
So AI could actually make the role of the photographer more important by shifting the focus from technical stuff to creative expression and human connection. It's kind of a paradox.
It is. And it could lead to a situation where photos taken by humans become even more special and valuable because they're authentic and rare.
Like AI could accidentally create a new kind of luxury photography
Yeah,
where people are willing to pay more for images they know were created by a real person.
that's a really interesting thought, isn't it? The idea that AI could actually bring back the value of human artistry in a world that's becoming more and more dominated by technology.
So if that happens, if we do see this shift toward luxury photography, what skills will be most important for photographers in this new world?
Well, technical skills will always be important, of course, but I think being able to connect with people, tell stories through pictures, and develop a unique artistic style will be even more crucial.
It sounds like photographers will need to become more like visual storytellers, using their skills and intuition to create images that really connect with people. And AI can help them do that by giving them more time and energy to focus on the creative side of their work.
Exactly. It's all about using technology as a partner and not a replacement, and finding ways to use it to make the human side of photography even stronger, not weaker.
We've talked a lot about how AI will affect professional photographers. But what about people who just like taking pictures for fun, like me? How will AI change the way we approach photography in our everyday lives?
That's a great question. I think AI will make photography more accessible and enjoyable for everyone. Imagine your smartphone not only taking amazing photos, but also suggesting edits, helping you organize your pictures, and even creating photo albums based on your memories.
That would be incredible. It's like having a personal photography assistant in your pocket. And with all the boring stuff taken care of, we'd have more time to focus on the things that really matter, capturing special moments and sharing them.
Exactly. And who knows what other creative possibilities AI will open up in the future? Maybe we'll see tools that can turn our emotions into images or create virtual worlds based on our photos. The possibilities are really endless.
It's exciting and a little bit mind-blowing to think about what the future holds for photography.
Uh,
But as we get more and more into this new world, it's important to remember that AI is just a tool. And like any tool, it could be used for good or bad.
You're absolutely right. It's up to all of us photographers, developers, and everyone who uses AI to shape the future of photography and make sure it's used responsibly, ethically, and in a way that benefits everyone.
So we've talked a lot about AI and photography, both the amazing things it can do and the challenges it brings up. It really feels like we're at a turning point.
Yeah, because, and as we move forward, it's important to think about not just how AI will change the way we take pictures, but also how it might change what photography means and how much we value it as an art form.
We talked about this idea of luxury photography before, the idea that photos taken by real people might become even more special because there's so much AI-generated stuff out there. Do you really think that could happen?
I think it's definitely possible. We've seen it happen in other industries. Like, think about watches. When digital watches first came out, people thought they would replace traditional mechanical watches.
But that didn't happen, did it? Instead, mechanical watches became even more desirable. People started to appreciate the craftsmanship, the history, and the human skill that went into making them. They became luxury items with a different kind of value.
Right. And we could feel the same thing happen with photography. As AI gets more and more common, people might start to value photos that they know were taken and edited by a human being even more.
Photos that have a story behind them, a personal touch, a unique perspective that AI, at least for now, can't quite capture.
Exactly. And it wouldn't just be about the technical side of things, it would also be about the emotional connection, the human element that AI, even with all its progress, still has trouble understanding.
It's kind of amazing to think that AI could actually make us appreciate human artistry and creativity even more. But what does this mean for the future of photography as a whole?
It's tough to say for sure, but one thing's for certain, photography is changing fast, and AI is a big part of that change.
So, as we try to figure out this new world of photography, what advice would you give to people who want to become photographers or just learn more about it?
I think the most important thing is to be curious. Don't be afraid to try new tools and techniques, including ones that use AI. Explore possibilities, but don't forget what makes photography special to you.
It's about finding that sweet spot between using technology and staying true to the heart and soul of photography.
Exactly. I remember photography is really about connecting with the world around us, capturing moments, telling stories, and expressing ourselves visually. AI can help us do those things better, but it can never replace the human spirit behind them.
I love that. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm feeling excited and a little bit cautious, but mostly optimistic. The future of photography is full of possibilities, but it's up to us to make sure those possibilities are used in a good way.
I agree completely. By being aware of both the good and the bad things that AI can bring to photography, we can make sure it continues to evolve in a way that's good for everyone, both the people who create the images and the people who see them.
Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive into AI and photography. We hope you learned some new things and maybe even started to see this amazing art form in a new light. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep looking at the world through your lens.